Nestled in the northeastern corner of the United States, Connecticut is a state rich in history, culture, and complexity. Its story begins long before European settlers arrived, with the land inhabited by various indigenous peoples, including the Pequot, Mohegan, and Nyandic tribes. These groups thrived on the fertile land, utilizing the abundant resources of the rivers and forests. They developed intricate social structures, trade networks, and spiritual beliefs deeply connected to the land. Fast forward to the arrival of European explorers, and the landscape of Connecticut began to change dramatically. The first significant European contact occurred over 400 years ago when explorers from England and the Netherlands ventured into the region. The English settlers, seeking new opportunities and religious freedom, established their first permanent settlement in what is now Hartford, approximately 380 years ago. This settlement would become a focal point for the development of the Connecticut colony. As the settlers established their foothold, they encountered the indigenous populations, leading to a complex and often tragic relationship. The Pequot War, which erupted about 370 years ago, marked a dark chapter in Connecticut's history. This brutal conflict resulted in the near annihilation of the Pequot tribe and set a precedent for the violent displacement of native peoples across New England. The aftermath of the war saw the colonists solidifying their control over the land, leading to further expansion and settlement. Connecticut's early governance was characterized by a unique blend of democratic principles and puritanical values. The fundamental orders, drafted around 370 years ago, are often cited as one of the first written constitutions in the Western world. This document established a framework for self-governance and laid the groundwork for the democratic ideals that would later flourish in the United States. However, it is essential to recognize that these ideals were not extended to all inhabitants. Women, enslaved individuals, and indigenous peoples were largely excluded from the political process. As the years progressed, Connecticut became a significant player in the American Revolution. The state provided crucial resources and troops to the Continental Army, and its strategic location made it a vital corridor for military operations. The bravery of Connecticut's soldiers is commemorated in various historical sites. Yet the war also revealed the deep divisions within the state, as loyalists and patriots clashed over their allegiances. In the aftermath of the Revolution, Connecticut faced the challenges of a new nation. The state played a pivotal role in the drafting of the United States Constitution, with its delegates advocating for a balance of power between large and small states. This compromise would shape the future of the nation, yet it also highlighted the ongoing struggle for representation and equality. As the 19th century unfolded, Connecticut experienced significant industrial growth. The state became a hub for manufacturing, particularly in textiles and firearms. Cities like Hartford and New Haven flourished, attracting immigrants seeking work and a better life. However, this economic boom came at a cost. The rise of factories often meant harsh working conditions, long hours, and low wages for labourers, many of whom were women and children. The labour movement began to take root, advocating for workers' rights and better conditions, a struggle that would continue for decades. Connecticut's history is also marked by its role in the abolitionist movement. The state was home to many prominent abolitionists who fought against the institution of slavery. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that Connecticut was not free from the stain of slavery itself. Enslaved individuals were present in the state, and the legacy of slavery continued to impact the lives of African Americans long after its official abolition. As the nation approached the Civil War, Connecticut found itself divided. While many residents supported the Union cause, others held sympathies for the Confederacy. The war brought both sacrifice and opportunity, as Connecticut's industry supplied the Union Army with weapons and supplies. The bravery of Connecticut soldiers is remembered, yet the war also exposed the deep-seated racial tensions that would persist long after the conflict ended. In the years following the Civil War, Connecticut underwent significant social and economic changes. The rise of the Gilded Age brought wealth and innovation, but it also highlighted the stark disparities between the rich and the poor. The state became a center for education and culture, with institutions like Yale University shaping the intellectual landscape. However, the era also saw the rise of labor strikes and social unrest as workers demanded fair treatment and better wages. The 20th century brought new challenges and transformations. Connecticut played a crucial role during both World Wars, with its industries ramping up production to support the war efforts. The post-war era saw a population boom and suburbanization, as families sought the American dream in the burgeoning suburbs. Yet, its period also revealed the darker truths of racial segregation and inequality, as many communities grappled with issues of discrimination and exclusion. In recent decades, Connecticut has faced economic challenges, including the decline of manufacturing and the rise of the service sector. The state has worked to reinvent itself, focusing on technology, finance, and education. However, the legacy of its past continues to shape its identity, as residents confront the complexities of history, including the ongoing struggles for social justice and equality. Today, Connecticut stands as a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people. From its indigenous roots to its role in the founding of a nation, the state's history is a tapestry woven with triumphs and tragedies. As we reflect on the past, it is essential to acknowledge both the achievements and the darker truths that have shaped Connecticut into the state it is today. The journey continues, as the people of Connecticut strive to honor their history while forging a path toward a more inclusive and equitable future.